Shelby Dugan. I'm here with the Jacksonville News, and we're live at the 2020 Jacksonville Olympics. Behind me you can see our contestants warming up for the 200-meter sprint, getting ready for the main event. You will begin at the sound of the horn. On your mark, get set, go! So I'm super excited and happy to announce our newest gold medalist, Sydney Dugan, first place in the 200-meter sprint today. How do you feel, Sydney?
Oh my God, I'm just out of words. I'm so proud, just representing my country. It's just something I've always dreamed of. I'm just out of breath right now, but I'm so excited. I just can't believe it, really. I can't believe it.
Wow, I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. So, in the recent news, we've heard a lot about blood doping, in specific erythropoietin and blood transfusions to help increase the hematocrit, the red blood cell count, thus the oxygen delivery to cells. How do you feel about this?
Good morning, Jacksonville. This is Patricia Smith with Action News Jax. It's a warm 88 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Slight chance of afternoon showers, around 30%. No major road blockages except for a slight incident on North 295. If you want to get to work super quick, you might want to avoid that route. We do regret to inform you that we have some breaking news tonight involving the Olympic gold medalist, Sydney Dugan. It is possible that her medals may be revoked due to a blood doping issue. And we're going to pass the mic over here to Shelby to give us a little bit more detail on that. Just terrible.
Super sad story, Patricia. Super sad. So basically, I'm going to give you guys a little background on blood doping, just so you can know the general terms and how we're associating this with our Olympic athletes. So the general term behind blood doping is basically the misuse of substances in order to increase the hematocrit count, which is the erythrocyte count, red blood cell count, in the bloodstream. Now, there are several ways that one can go about blood doping. We're going to talk about three of the most common and those that are being tested for and looked at in this year's Olympics, as well as other recent Olympics. So we're going to discuss three major forms of blood doping. We're going to start with erythropoietin injections. Erythropoietin is a protein that comes from the kidneys, and it acts in the bone marrow in order to increase red blood cell count. I'll go into that a little bit more later. We also have synthetic oxygen carriers that we can put inside of the blood, as well as blood transfusions, both the Olympic own blood transfusion as well as somebody else's blood transfusion as a donation. That one's a little bit more risky, obviously.
Respectively, autologous and homologous, isn't it?
Yes, you're correct, Patricia. So, first of all, we're going to start with EPO. As I said, it is a hormone that's made by the kidneys. It acts on the bone marrow in order to produce more red blood cells, and thus the erythrocyte count. So this elevates the amount and the speed of oxygen to the blood, muscles, and tissues. We can see how that relates to our Olympic athletes because it can allow them to run faster, have more endurance, and there's also evidence that it can increase the body's ability to counteract lactic acid. So Olympic runner can potentially feel much less tired than his runner-up because he has these injections and an elevated red blood cell count. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. We also have evidence of doping as early as the 1890s. Cyclists in the Tour de France, this was a notorious issue that went on for a very long time. After World War II, amphetamines were widely available, distributed around the country, and they're sometimes combined with substances as harsh as caffeine, heroin, cocaine, and even methamphetamines. And this created a deadly stimulant. This was colloquially termed as pot belge around, just because it started in Belgium.
Talking about a cocktail, right? Deadly.
Basically, it's super deadly. We see a lot of deaths around this era because of this specific concoction for quite obvious reasons, Patricia, you can tell. So obviously doping and blood doping in general, not necessarily blood doping, but doping as a problem in these Olympic events and these very competitive events has always been a problem in our society with quite deadly consequences.
I just think it's all relating back to the blood doping. Now, it's not as, I don't want to say it's not dangerous, but it's not as dangerous as the cocktails we've seen at Tour de France.
More of like a stimulant effect.
Exactly, but it's still, people should know that it's, number one, it's illegal. You can get your medals revoked, as we're seeing here. We, hopefully not, but we'll see the results on that. But we hope to have more information to update you guys. As soon as we get it, we'll be letting you have it. So just stay tuned for that.
And thank you for tuning in to Jax
Thank you
News.
so much. Have a good afternoon.